Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I am finally going to be trying the Jewels and Gems palette from Oden Cosmetics. So I filmed with the other palette that came out with this in this collection, the Stone and Rock palette already. And that video will probably go up, probably is already up, probably the day before this one. And I am very excited to try the second one of these. Like I said in the other one, I'm probably the last person to post videos on these. They did come last week, finally. I ordered them on launch day, but they did come last week. But last week was chaos. I didn't have time. And then the couple days that I did have time, they were being so loud with construction outside, it wasn't possible to film. So very excited to finally film with this. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup with a definite soft spot for indie makeup and high-end makeup. And I tend to take a pretty analytical approach to my makeup reviews and my makeup collection as a whole. And I have new videos every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. Okay, so I am very excited to play with this palette. I have tried a couple shades already and swatched a couple things, and I think I'm more excited for this than the green palette, which is kind of weird. But so this is the Stone and Rock palette. I already filmed that. This is the very, very green palette with a few neutrals. Really like this. And this is the Jewels and Gems. So little differences in the packaging. The Stone and Rock has like green and rainbow around the edges. And the rocks themselves are more actual rocks with like moss and stuff on them. And then this one has like crystals and gems on it and has pink around the edges. Pull off the sleeve. Just like the other palette, this retails for $35.90 before a discount code, and it is really cool toned. Really excited for this one. I'm gonna take the plastic thing off. Really excited for this one. This doesn't feel like a summer palette. This feels like a spring/winter palette, especially springs in Seattle are very much like today, rainy and gray. And this very much fits with that vibe. So I have a feeling I'm not gonna use this a ton this summer, but I will get a lot of use of it later in the year when it's darker out and I'm in the mood for cool tones. But you've got some rosy tones, some blues, some purples, really excited. So just like always, I'm gonna do some swatches, and then I'm gonna do, I think, 2 looks just like I did for the other video, 1 on each eye. I've used a lot of Oden's eye palettes. I know their formula pretty well, so it's just a matter of seeing if this is like their other formulas and how well it performs and what the colors look like on my skin tone. So I just took my watch off, and I'm just going to swatch them in rows. So I'm really curious to see how some of these like Ecstasy are going to perform on me, because that's a very pale lavender. So the first shade is Ecstasy, ruining all of those pretty embossings. Very pale, cool tone lilac lavender shade. Elatedness is the next shade, and it's more of a smooth kind of icy pink. And then Elation, there's a lot of Ease, is kind of a rosy toned. So that does show up on me, which is nice. And I have used that on the eyes. It does kind of work. It's not like vibrant, it's very subtle. That is just like a sparkly white with a hint of pink to it. Really pretty and really smooth sparkle. And then there's the rosewood kind of shade, the rose matte. I would say like this shade, this one has more smooth shimmers and only 2 like really textured ones. The other one had a lot of the textured shadows. This one is Exhilaration, and it's kind of textured. And I think it's a multi-chrome or a duochrome, because I'm seeing purple, I'm seeing a little bit of like gray and gold. And then the next shade is Heaven, which is a matte kind of mauve. And then High is one of the more textured shimmers. Really excited for that one. Yeah, that's beautiful. So it's kind of a gray base purple with like purple and pink sparkle. And then there's like a I would say mauvey purple. It's more purple than mauve, but it's a very cool smoky purple. And then this is High. That did not swatch the best. It's kind of compressing as I try to swatch it. The texture is, but it's kind of it's like this color is a base. It's this rose color with green gold sparkle, really pretty. And then Intoxication is this dark purple, really beautiful. Paradise, that looks like a gunmetal, very smooth. And then Rapture looks kind of shiny. I wonder if it's a satin, because it doesn't feel like they're mattes. It's a dark navy. That didn't swatch the best, but it's a pretty color. Okay, that is a gray with silver, pink, and blue sparkle. And then, yeah, this is definitely satin. It's like a dark navy. So it's gonna perform like a matte, but it's not really a matte formula. It has a little bit of a sheen to it in the pan and it feels a little different. Also, they are still doing construction outside, but not a lot. So hopefully it's not too noisy if you hear anything. They're not fully demolishing the road anymore. They're just like digging up the dirt. Rhapsody is this next shade, kind of compressing into itself. So we'll see what a brush does to that. And then Seventh Heaven, cool tone, kind of olivey brown, really interesting. And then Swoon, that is a multi-chrome, that is beautiful. So Rhapsody, Rhapsody, again, kind of a purple base, less rose, but a little more purple, kind of rosy purple. And then it's got blue sparkle, like blue and white. And then we've got, it's like a gray green. And then, oh, that's beautiful. The multi-chrome in this, I'm seeing yellow, gold. As I look in my monitor, I'm seeing purple and pink. Really beautiful. But then this way I see like yellow, gold, and green. Hands are covered in sparkle, but I've only got 3 shades left, so whatever. Transition looks like a nice dusty teal. Gorgeousness is another gray, and then Sozzle, which I just got sparkle in, is a nice dark rosy brown. Yeah, I'm very into this color story. I think more so, yeah, that doesn't have sparkle in it, that's just from the multi-chrome. I think I like this more than the green. This is really special. I'm very excited for this. So this is what it looks like on my skin tone, in case you also have an olive undertone. Sometimes things like can change the way they look based on the green in my skin. So I'm gonna go wash my arm off and do 2 looks. Okay, so I kind of want to try these more dusty shades and see how they look. Maybe I'll try those with the multi-chrome, and then or this Rhapsody shade, and then you could easily do like the blue and the purple. You could do the teal and the blue and do like a smoky eye. I think this quad right here would be a really beautiful smoky eye. But I also want to try the rosewood shades, so maybe I'll do the rosewoods with the blue shimmer and the purples with the multi-chrome. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna start on this eye with Elation, which is the rosy shade. Picks up really beautifully. And I already have my NARS eye primer down, and need to tap out a little bit. And I'm just gonna put that into the crease. I wanna do 2 looks that I would wear to work, but also just kind of play. I don't mind doing 2 different looks because I'm just gonna edit videos after this and make dinner that I already have stuff for, so. It's a beautiful shade. Blended out really nicely. Blends out a little pink, so I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more, kind of tap it in. And this is just a Refer 1 brush. It's my go-to brush because it's got some fluff to blend, but still flat. I'm hoping I have some more time this week to film a couple other things because I have a lot of things that I would like to film. And so that looks really nice. I'm gonna grab a small brush. This is a Refer 13. I'm gonna pick up that Sazal shade. A little kick in the pan. And I'm just gonna put that right here. It's very much like the same color, but like just darker, more pigmented. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of shadow here for some depth. I'm not trying to go super smoky, but I do want some depth and structure. Those blended together really well. Oden's Eye has really nice mattes. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab a shimmer brush and I'm gonna go into Rhapsody. I could do purple, I could do the multi-chrome. Actually, maybe I will do Rhapsody over the purpley shades. I'm gonna do the multi-chrome. I just need to see what it looks like. So this is Swoon. Trying to pick it up on a brush. Let's see what it does with the brush. I generally like this brush because I don't get a lot of fallout. So I feel like if I would have gone Rhapsody, it would have pulled blue and very cool. Purple would have made it, you know, purple. It's doing something interesting to the pan as I dip my brush in, mixing with whatever was on my finger, I guess. But it is going on, but it's going on kind of flaky and not smooth. So I'm gonna use my finger and pick up a little bit. Very smooth with my finger. But it's easy to get a lot because it's kind of creamy and soft. But I don't have any fallout. I did have a little bit of fallout in the other, with the other palette. Some of those textured shades, the ones that's similar to Rhapsody. Well, let's hope I don't get, well, let's hope that doesn't turn into hard pan. I have gotten that in some of my Oden's Eye palettes in the past. And I know that is something that people complain about with Oden's Eye. I've had it in like a shade. Yeah, and it was in the Norns palette too, so it's been quite a while since I've had hard pan issues. This is really beautiful. It's warm, it's sparkly. You can see some of the sparkles kind of come up, which I don't mind. I see red, gold, green. It's really pretty. And it really warmed up the rosiness, so it's not too cool toned. Okay, I really like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of that Elatedness, that very first pinky sparkle shade, and I'm just gonna put it right here and blend it in. I could just put this all over, or you could put your face highlight on the inner corner. I just want to see what that would look like. I think I prefer without too much of that. So I'm just kind of brushing some of it away, which is also brushing it onto my face. Now to do the other side, and then I will finish up mascara and stuff at the end. Could put stuff on the lower lash line. Just don't really feel like it. I feel like maybe I'll do, yeah, I just don't really feel like it. I'm just gonna put a little bit of the same shades right here. just because I'm gonna take a little bit of high on that same smudgy brush. I'm just gonna put it right here. Just for a little bit of warmer, like that green gold sparkle down here. Yeah, I think a really pretty look would be Elation, Sawzall, and High, or Rhapsody if you wanted to go more blue or green gold. Okay, so then on this eye, I'm gonna pick up the shade Ecstasy. I wanna see how that works on my skin tone. I'm gonna put it on the inner part of my lid. So that's a good highlight shade, I would say. Kind of a like cool pastel. So you're gonna put that here, I guess. Okay, that looks interesting over here too. But it does look really nice over here. And then I'm gonna pick up the same brush, I'm gonna pick up Heaven, which is this shade over here. And I'm gonna put that here. That's really pretty. And then I'm just gonna drag it into my crease and meet the two in the middle. Okay, that looks really nice. I'm just taking a little bit of Ecstasy, that first shade, and making sure the edges are nice and blended. I'm just going back and forth between the two. And just blending together. I'm gonna take a clean, fluffy brush and just make sure that the blend is nice. And then using that same little brush that I used before, I've wiped it off on my towel. I'm gonna pick up Intoxication, which is the dark purple. And I'm gonna put that here. Okay, definitely add some depth. So you could easily just use Heaven all over and blend it out. Or Heaven and Ecstasy like I did. But if you want depth, you can definitely get it. Okay, and then I want to use Rhapsody. So I'm going to try that with a brush again. Definitely kicked up sparkle all over the palette. Picked up on the brush okay though. And that is so pretty. Do have a little bit of sparkle that I kind of expected. That's so pretty. And I think over glitter glue or something it would be even prettier, but I just don't. Be more intense and probably smooth it out, but I just don't feel like doing that. And I'm just gonna try and dust away the little bit that's there. Okay, so I'm gonna go add some mascara and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I added some mascara and put a little bit more lipstick on. So I've been using the Tower 28 still, and then I put a little bit of Merit 1990 on. I wore Meet Me in Berlin from Lisa Eldridge in my last video because it's slightly warmer. It's like more neutral brown, and this is a little more cool brown, and that felt like appropriate to go with the cool tone eyes. Really like both of these. I have less fallout. I don't really have any fallout. I have like a couple little speckles here. So these shadows worked really well. Not the easiest to pick up with a brush, but I don't mind using my finger, and I do find that this brush does a pretty good job most of the time. So really happy with both these looks, really happy with these shadows. I'm really excited to keep playing with this. I'm excited to use that Rapture shade. Again, I have used it once, so I've used Rapture and Transition, and it was a very beautiful blue look. And I've used the purple, was a really beautiful shadow, and I used High once before already. And then, yeah, I think that's it. So I've used a bunch of the shades in the last, week or so as well. I did 2 looks just to play with them the other day. Really like this. I'm excited to keep playing with it. I'm gonna see what happens with Swoon, if that turns into Hard Pan, because the little bit that was there has kind of moved too. So I think it's just kind of the shadows mixing, or the particles mixing, I don't know. But if you like cool tones, I think you will really like this. Really like both these looks. Kind of cool and warm mix here. It's like cool but not cool. And then you've got really cool tones here. And they blended easily. The shadows look, the shimmers look beautiful. Really like this multi-chrome. So I think especially for $35, it's a good price. So I'm excited to keep playing with these. I will have both of these videos up this week, and I have some other content I want to film, including I got the new Gourmand Girls palette in PR. I have not used it yet, but I'm excited to try this. I do like their formula a lot, even though the color story is a little too pink for my everyday. Yeah, so let me know what you think about the looks, what you think of the palette. Have you picked this one up? Are you waiting for a sale? What you think of it versus the other. I think now that I've used them, I really enjoy the Stone and Rock palette. I mean, it's greens, which are my favorite, and I'm gonna get some good use out of this. I feel like I don't like it as much as this though. I think now that I have them, the Jewels and Gems is more unique to my collection and just a little more special. This is a really good green palette though. And I will be doing a green palette video soon. So that's one of the things I want to film this week. So as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, it helps a lot, and I will see you in my next video.